Good evening. My name is Roy Helm. I'm the president of Wesley Community Development Corporation, and Wesley CDC is a nonprofit 501c3 that's based in Statesville. We are an agency of the United Methodist Church, and we build affordable single-family housing in western North Carolina. Our organization, Wesley CDC, has built over 65 single-family homes since we started building in 2003. All of our home buyers have been first-time buyers and are either low or very low income. Low-income buyers are those that are defined as their income is 80% of median income or less, and very low-income buyers are at 50% of median income and less. Of our 65 home buyers, about half of them have been classified as low income, the other half at very low income. So you can see we work with folks who have very limited income and become homeowners. In order to finance a home for a buyer with income below 80% of median income, you have to put together a layer of financing. All of our home buyers have qualified for the New Homes Loan Pool from the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. This has provided most of our buyers with $20,000 in the form of a deferred second mortgage. The buyer does not have to make payments on this second mortgage until the first mortgage is repaid, and no interest accrues on the second mortgage. Without the funds from the New Homes Loan Pool, very few of our buyers would have been able to purchase a home. We also build a very energy efficient home. All of our homes are inspected during construction by Advanced Energy, and that's a nonprofit agency that receives funding from the state of North Carolina. Our homeowners receive a guarantee from Advanced Energy that their average heating and cooling cost will not exceed an average each month for the first 2 years that they own the home. And right now, the average heating and cooling cost, the guarantee is that your average heating and cooling cost will not exceed $35 a month or more. So you can see that it's a very energy efficient house that we're building. And what's really amazing about that is that our homes are so well built, and the inspection process that Advanced Energy goes through is so good that in the 6 years that we've run this program, we've never had anyone even apply a rebate because their heating and cooling cost exceeded $35 a month. Now, here's the truly amazing part of our home building program. At least I think it's the amazing part. I would like for each of you to just take a guess as to how many of our 65 homeowners have defaulted on their mortgages. Now, keep in mind that these are people in the low and very low income brackets, and we're talking about some of the worst economic times over the last few years. Now, how many do you think? Well, none of them have defaulted on their mortgages. Now, that's none, zero, nada, zilch. Keep going. None have defaulted. It's a pretty amazing record. And I'd like to think that it was a result of the work that we do and our incredibly talented staff at Wesley CDC does. But that's, in fact, not the case. Well, maybe it's part of the reason, but that's not the true reason. It's the real reason is that we have this amazing track record during these terrible economic times is due to the financing package that's put in place at closing that ensures a very low monthly payment for our homeowners. It's the financing package combined with low utility payments. Our home buyers can truly afford the home that they're living in. There's a cost to the financing that we're putting in place. It's a cost on the front end of it that is being subsidized by the state of North Carolina, but it's a very small cost compared to what we are now incurring as a society for the huge number of foreclosures that we're seeing over the past couple of years. I recently read that the average foreclosure cost the bank $50,000, and that's just the cost to the bank. That's not the cost to the family that is defaulting and sees that their credit is ruined, or and then their family is displaced from their home, and their children are forced to move to a new school. And it's not the cost to our communities, where we see plummeting real estate values, abandoned homes, increased crime, and declining tax revenues. I would submit to you that every dollar that is put into affordable housing generates a return several times greater than the initial outlay of funds. Quality housing makes a difference in so many areas of our society, from stable neighborhoods to improved performance in school by children who now live in decent housing, to increased revenues for our cities and towns. The state of North Carolina needs to continue its commitment to affordable housing because it's good for our families, it's good for our neighborhoods, it's good for our cities, and it's good for our state. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Dolores Walker, and then followed by Patrice Mosier, I believe.
Good evening. My name is Dolores Walker, and I thank Robert for inviting me in. He just saw me come in and he said, join us. I'm here because I have 7 children. I have 2 of my own. I raised 4 foster children. I have a boy in Howard University. I have 1 boy that just didn't go because I couldn't afford to send him money for lunch. I have a problem because they're not deadbeats. They just can't find jobs. Now, as much as we talking about racism is uncomfortable, I think sometimes it sneaks in. Because I think it's ridiculous. My boys, one I have is a bad boy, but the rest of them are pretty good boys. They can't find jobs. I don't understand it. And then they get bored. They're on the street. They're smoking herb, and then the next thing I know, they're in the penitentiary. And the budget, if you let half of the kids go for non-violent crimes, that I'm sure will help the budget. I hope I'm not hurting and saying the wrong things, but my grandmother's white. My mother is half white, and I don't understand why we're still racist, and so am I. But I would like for my 5 boys to be able to have jobs, and they're not deadbeats. They're good boys, except one. Thank you.